Hello, 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 and welcome back to the topic where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Dr. Darin Baskin, the Executive Director for the Weekend and Honors College here at HCC. We're here every Thursday afternoon when HCC is in session live at 2 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Follow us on social media at Houston Community College District and watch us on HCC TV via your local cable provider. On today's show, we're updating you on the latest from one of my favorite places here at the college, HCC Coleman College for Health Sciences. Later in the show, we'll be speaking with the Dean of Health Sciences, who's a friend of mine, Dr. Gricar, and our Nursing Program Director, Dr. Bernadette Pollard. But before that, we're going to jump into some really interesting and amazing opportunities with none other than the president of Coleman College, Dr. Lutricia Harrison. Dr. Harrison, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Baskin. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, we are happy to have you. We're happy to have you at HCC. We're happy to have you on the topic. Welcome. So I hear a lot of things from a lot of different birdies. And so one little birdie told me that HCC Coleman is opening up a satellite office here in Midtown. Tell us more about this exciting news.
Well, that birdie was actually accurate. So we are super excited to open up an additional location, HCC Coleman College at Midtown. So this campus is going to offer pre-health science classes in the Midtown area. We're focusing on evenings and weekend hours, and we're targeting those working adults.
Oh, wow. I love it when someone says evening, weekends, because our entire population is a working population of students that we have here. And so I enjoy knowing that we're putting plans in place to ensure that they're able to achieve their academic goals as well. So this is a fantastic opportunity for those full-time parents who work, those full-time students who work, especially in the downtown and midtown area. So congratulations, that's a great feat. Now, will students still be able to take their prerequisites at the HCC Coleman at the Texas Medical Center?
Yes, so we're going to offer classes at both locations, core classes as well as the programs. So currently what we're doing at the Midtown location is we're offering core and some pre-healthcare classes that will be at that location. Once those students enter into their actual programs of study, then they can either take the train down to Coleman, where they'll be able to continue their skills lab and experience the whole simulation and the culture of Coleman itself.
So, and you bring up a great point, because I think you shot that shot, you just slid by so fast. I'm gonna pull you right back around to it. You said they can catch the train. I think that is an amazing opportunity as it relates to our students and transportation, because a big issue that our students have is that transportation issue, and you have just made that transportation issue one less barrier.
Correct. So Coleman campus is the only campus that actually our students pay for parking. So because of that, we were looking at ways to remove those barriers for those students, and removing those barriers such as allowing them to park at the Midtown location or in those surrounding locations at Central or the extra lots that we have available where they can park for free. Offering this opportunity for those students, it provides safety as well as transportation. As you may know, students ride the metro free. So it's also saving them money where they can have accessibility to two locations and take their classes and not have to incur additional costs.
Yeah, and again, you hit another one of those barriers. Offering this option is an amazing option, and I think it also gives them more access to more food opportunities as well, being more inside of the Midtown and more student-friendly pricing as well. So again, great job. So how can students enroll for these classes?
So the students can enroll by speaking with one of our advisors. They can at any of the other locations, but they also can reach out by dialing 713-718-COLE. They can also reach us via the internet. They can go on hccs.edu/Coleman-contacts and reach out to an advisor.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. And the good thing about our website is as we're updating it, we're getting better at the one-click model. So where students can just go from the initial login to a landing page in one click. So that's amazing because I know you guys are working on that. And then I'm just going to throw this last question at you because I think it's one of the more important questions. You are a nurse practitioner, and you've been practicing nursing your entire career. We know that the healthcare field saved the world in 2020, and we appreciate all the work that you guys did during that time. And so you have encouraged and you have allowed someone who probably wasn't in the nursing field or in healthcare to want to be in healthcare. So as a healthcare professional, why do you recommend healthcare professions for anyone?
Healthcare is very rewarding. It is an excellent industry to be a part of. It provides stability. It provides work. It provides economic stability. So students and people can go in the industry and find a job. So it is a great opportunity for our students to enter into a field that will provide for them and their families for generations to come.
And I think you just hit another point because a lot of times, a lot of the students that we get here at HCC are first-gen students. And so they don't have that idea of what they can do that can help to improve their life or to improve their life further down the line, like 10 years from now. They can't see that far because they haven't had to see that far. And I think you saying that for generations, to have a career like this affects generations. I think you really nailed it down because this has been your passion, your career for your entire adult life. So we appreciate that. And tell our audience this. Tell them why should they choose HCC as the place for their healthcare education.
HCC is the place to go because where else would you go?
The end period. Okay. The end period. That summarizes it right there. And you know, it's so great to talk to you. It's so great for the students to be able to see you and to know that you're there and you're there to encourage, to engage, and to protect and to educate. And I know the students there appreciate it. I know all of the faculty and staff at Coleman appreciate it. We're happy to have you, Dr. Harrison. Welcome to HCC. And any closing remarks in 10 seconds?
Thank you very much. And we just look forward to expanding and leaving our footprint in the healthcare industry.
Amazing. Can't top that. When we come back, we'll get some insider hints for succeeding at Coleman College.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to the topic. In our last segment, we learned how Coleman College is expanded to meet the demands for healthcare with their president, Dr. Harrison. And now we're joined by the Dean of Health Sciences at Coleman, her lieutenant, my friend, Dr. Jeff Gricar. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Darin. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, we're happy to have you, really. And we're happy that you guys are expanding your programming and that you're allowing students to be able to take more healthcare professions closer to home. So we appreciate that.
We're looking forward to the expansion. We think that we're opening up opportunities for students, and that's what HCC does.
True. And then also Coleman College is different from other colleges here at HCC. The HCC, we have 7 colleges, and Coleman is very different from the other 6 because there's a lot of requirements that have to happen. Like you have to pass certain exams and certain certificate programs. And so that could be nursing, respiratory therapy, healthcare technology. All of these courses, all of these programs have prereqs. Why is that?
Well, Darin, you want the healthcare worker to have a good foundation when you start into your program. You want to know what the body parts are, what those parts do. Those are just basic. That's just a basic foundation. Medical terminology, right? You want to know what those words actually mean, and it's an important part of getting into any program. And we always say that students that come through healthcare, they're dealing with real patients and real people, and any type of mistake can cause harm. So we want students to be as prepared as possible as they go into the program. And it's not just about developing those technical skills, it's also about developing critical thinking skills. I think that a lot of our academic or our core courses help with that process with students. So that's the main reason why students have those prerequisite courses before getting into our programs.
And you made a great point, Jeff. So you mentioned, and you skated by this, so I'm gonna bring you back around again like I had to do your president. You skated right by the statement that you made that says our students work with people. Because I think a big part of what Coleman does also is you create the atmosphere for someone to be able to take care of someone without seeing them in a different way. They see them as patients. They see them as someone that they can take care of. And so I think providing that space for them also helps them with those prereqs and when they get into their coursework.
Right. So having the prerequisites or having a Midtown campus for Coleman creates that culture, that healthcare culture that we're trying to cultivate here, so that students understand that this is, we're not writing an English paper, and we know that English is important, but I don't think that anyone's died from a poorly written English paper.
Hey, don't let the English department hear you say that, Jeff. So students must apply to a program and be accepted, right? What can students do to improve their chances of being accepted?
So the first thing they want to do is they want to take all of their prerequisites and they want to do as good as they possibly can. Our minimum grades are a C, but to be honest, Darin, you want to get a B or an A on your prerequisite courses to improve your application, because some of our programs have 150, 200 applications for 50 spots or 20 spots. So you want your grades to be as good as you can. You want to take any entrance exams that there may be. There's a HESI exam, which really just gauges the students' proficiency in anatomy and physiology or their vocabulary, those types of things. It's an entrance exam. You also want to kind of practice your soft skills, looking people in the eye, interviewing skills, because some of our programs, especially the ones that have a plethora of applications, they do interviews as well. So they go through the prerequisites and they score all that, and they also have an interview. But everything is done on a ranking system, so everybody has the same chance to get in to the program. It doesn't go one way or the other. It doesn't favor one group or one type of student. Everyone has a fair chance to get into the program. But you want to apply, and you want to apply early.
And I'm glad you said that because I was just about to ask that. I was going to say it also helps to apply early and to actually meet with an academic advisor that directs you in the right path of the prereq courses that you actually need to take. So you're also staying on track with graduation, because I think a big part of any of our programs here is student success and being able to progress through your program successfully. So I applaud that. Coleman offers a wide range of programs for all kinds of personalities. Can you tell us about, some of the offerings that you have and what would be a good fit for some of those programs in about a minute?
Sure. So we have about 20 different programs, and it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to have direct patient contact? Do you want to be right up close and personal with the patients? Then you want to look at our licensed vocational nursing program, dental assisting, medical assisting, sonography. Those have direct patient care. And then if you kind of want to work behind the scenes and maybe not interact a whole lot with patients or with our patients, then you can look at things like medical laboratory. They still play an important part. They're running the tests and getting all of those things done so that we can find a diagnosis or histology or even pharmacy technician. Health information technology, if you want to have absolutely no patient contact at all and you want to work with a computer all day long, health information technology is the way to go for that.
Oh, wow. Jeff, you rattle off all those programs just off the top of your head like that. Let me come over there and shake your hand. Amazing. Let me ask you this real quick, 30 seconds. I want to work directly with patients, but I don't want to see a lot of blood. Where am I going?
You want to work directly with patients, not see a lot of blood, probably dental, directly with patients. Although you still see some blood, but not as much as surgical tech.
There you go. Okay.
Hands in people's mouths.
Okay, hands in people's mouths, dentistry. That's okay. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head. That's where I'm going. So, how can prospective students get more information?
So students can go visit our website at www.hccs.edu/health, or they can call 713-718-7366 and talk with an advisor.
Hey, that's amazing. Let me ask you this, just so our current and future students will understand. When are academic advisors available at the Coleman campus? What days and times?
Academic advisors should be available at Coleman at our campus from 8 until, I believe, 6 o'clock in the evening, Monday through Friday. That's okay. The day they can always access advisors via the Zoom link that we have, our virtual lobby.
Okay, because that's always an important question for our students is, who can I talk to and when can I talk to them? So I think that's important for students to know that someone is there and someone will be there when you need them to be there. So,
and as we move to Midtown and we get that up and running in the fall, we'll have advisors and things available weekends and evenings as well.
Hey, you took it right out of my mouth to Dr. Harrison's ears, because I was going to burn her ears up with some student services on the weekend. So I'm glad you said it, and now I can just say, well, Jeff said it first. So great talk, Jeff. I appreciate it. When we return, we'll take a deep dive into the nursing program with Dr. Pollard.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to the topic. We've been talking to Coleman College, one of my favorite places at HCC, and we have had two great healthcare professionals, 2 great HCC leaders, and now we're joined by our third, Dr. Bernadette Pollard, who is going to talk with us about the nursing program. Welcome to the show, Dr. Pollard. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are happy to have you. Let's just jump right into it. First, we know we're an aging population. And Texas, particularly the Houston area, is continuing to grow. We are growing, and they need to close the doors. I can say that right up front. So let's put that out there. Are we seeing a corresponding increase in the demand of nursing professionals?
Yes, we are. There is a very high demand, and the supply is not sufficient. And we've had a lot of applications for the LVN program, and you could only take so much. So the demand the supply is not there, but the demand to come into the program is high.
Okay. And so I think let's tell our audience, what does LVN stand for and what that program actually does?
So LVN stands for Licensed Vocational Nursing, and it's a preparation course to prepare you to do basic nursing care at the entry level.
Okay, so I think that's important because a lot of our students, they come over and they don't understand the difference between an LVN, an RN, a BSN. And so I think giving them the terminology will also help them to make the right decisions when they're approaching their academic path. So thank you for telling us that. And for students interested in becoming nurses, when is the next opportunity to begin the nursing program?
So the next opportunity is in the spring semester, 2025. We are taking applications now. Our application deadline is September 9th. We are taking application for the LVN program and for the CNA to LVN.
Okay.
The deadline is September 9th.
Okay. Okay.
In the meantime, students can go ahead and take prerequisite courses that they need to get them to the spring semester application acceptance time. They could take courses like nutrition, anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, and introduction to health for professions at the Midtown location. We also have nutrition and A&P occurring here at the Coleman College. So we have 2 locations.
Okay, perfect. That's amazing. And so just to stay on track with our terminology versus what our incoming students know, you mentioned another acronym. You said CNA. You said CNA to LVN. Can you tell us what CNA stands for?
Certified Nursing Assistant.
Okay. And that program is a prerequisite to the LVN program, correct?
It's really not a prerequisite, but
okay.
It's a certification that you can have to enter into the LVN program, and it helps you to advance some courses like skills. Yeah.
Perfect. See, that is a great way to explain it because, again, we have internal terminology that we use that probably students that are coming in they don't understand our terminology. So I think it's always a good idea to help them to understand the terminology that we use to help them make better decisions. So, Dr. Pollard, thank you for that. So how long is the LVN program, and is it strictly daytime, or are there other options?
So we have LVN program in the daytime, we have in the evenings, we have on weekends.
Oh, wow. So the evening program, what time does the evening program classes start? Is that
usually around 4 p.m.
Okay. So that gives the working parent, the working student, the working adult time to get off work and get down to Coleman to start evening. And I know... Okay, perfect. And then I know you guys are starting the weekend. Let me ask you this about the LVN program. Is the LVN program a cohort-based program? And if so, how many students do you accept per cohort?
So it's a cohort-based program. Spring and fall is our application, acceptance. Mm-hmm. And we have about 100 or 120 or so students.
Oh, wow. That is a great class. That's a good number of students. And like you said, you're always having applications, so you're always filtering through applications. So that's always an amazing thing as well. And like Jeff mentioned earlier, everybody has the same opportunity to get into the program if they come in to complete what needs to be completed and they meet the prerequisite requirements. So very good. And so currently, the fall of 2024 cohort, which is starting in August, they're already closed. So the next available opening is spring of 2025.
Correct.
When should students start applying for spring 2025?
They can start applying now because the deadline will close September 9th, will be the last day.
Oh, wow. I think, let me repeat that, because Dr. Pollard said that it will close on September 9th. So everybody out there in this audience listening, September 9th, get your application in before then. Correct. So if students want to learn more, who should they contact?
So if they need to learn more about the LVN program, they could go to visit hccs.edu/LVN, or they can call 713-718-2653 to speak to an advisor.
Okay, perfect. And so there are dedicated advisors just for the LVN program?
Yes.
Amazing. Love to hear that. Again, because we have to take into consideration that a lot of our students that come here, they don't have the information that we have. And so we have to provide it to them in a way in which they understand. And I think having those dedicated advisors who know exactly what the LVN program needs and looks for are uniquely placed to be able to give the students what they need and to make their healthcare profession decisions. So very good. Let me ask you one last question before we close this out. Can you tell us why should students choose the nursing program at HCC?
So the nursing program at HCC caters to your lifestyle, to your job. We are very flexible. We are student friendly, and we work with you on a one-on-one to help you to succeed. And since our focus here at HCC is retention and success, we do everything possible to succeed and get our students to where they need to be.
You know what? I can't see her face, but I know Dr. Harrison has a smile as big as the Joker right now, because you just hit it down I don't know baseball terms, but you hit it down that way. I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Pollard. Thanks for joining us today on the topic. If you enjoyed the show, follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Houston Community College District. To listen to the topic and more HCC TV programming, visit hccs.edu/podcast. For the topic on HCC TV, I'm Dr. Darin Baskin. See you soon.
Thank you.